May God's peace, mercy and blessings be upon you. My name is Muhammad. New video and a new story. But before starting, don't forget to pray for the Prophet Muhammad. May God bless him and grant him peace. Let's begin. The Jinni and I are in the middle of the wilderness. My name is Faisal. I live in the city of Riyadh in my beloved country, the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia. In fact, I recently moved here. During my first year in Riyadh, I met a group of good friends who live with me in the same neighborhood. My two closest friends are Muhammad and Ali. I am 19 years old. In general, the same thing applies to Ali and Muhammad. We always used to spend a lot of time together and go out and perhaps stay up until late at night. In fact, my life was ideal, to say the least, as usual in Saudi Arabia. We as young people love a lot to go out and go for a walk in various places, and these places are among them righteousness. Camping in the wilderness is one of the sacred things for me every year. When the summer season ends and the temperatures become a little lower, I love going to the wilderness, sometimes with my relatives and sometimes with friends. But no, I am in another place. I have moved from the Medina Governorate, and the distance is very large between Riyadh and Medina Al-Munawwara. So I decided to offer this trip to my close friends, Ali and Muhammad. In fact, their reactions surprised me. Ali very much agreed and was excited to go to the land and enjoy the moonlight at night. As for Muhammad, he was afraid, because he always heard the horror stories that happen on land. We tried to calm Muhammad down and convince him that it was just a trip that would take only 2 days in the middle of the desert, where we would be alone. Muhammad was convinced and we agreed to go to land on Friday at 3 o'clock in the afternoon. We determined the location that we would go to and began to prepare our things to go. I thought this trip would be wonderful, but I did not know what awaited me. It was time to go and I headed to my car. I went to Muhammad's house and then Ali, who seemed to be very excited, as if he had never been to land before. When we arrived at the agreed upon location, we found that it is full of young people who came before us. As I mentioned to you, many of them like to go to the wilderness at this time of the year. I don't know what to do or where to go. He did not delay Ali and motioned for me to go in a specific direction. I told Ali that I did not know where I would go if I followed this direction, but he told me that he knew a place that no one knew, and that we would reach a very beautiful place in the middle of the mainland. Although Muhammad did not agree, we had nothing else to do except go to the destination that Ali suggested to us. The sun was about to set and the road was not clear enough. Suddenly, while I was driving the car very slowly for fear that I would hit a rock or something happened to me that froze the blood in my veins. I looked in the mirror to see my friend Ali, who was sitting in the back alone. I saw him looking at the roof of the car, his eyes completely wide and smiling. I felt terrified and did not pay attention to the road when an old man was standing in front of me and smiling. I went back to look at Ali and found him asleep. and next to me was Muhammad, who had also fallen asleep. I had a deep sleep. I woke up my friends and told them about what I saw, but that old man had disappeared. I convinced myself that what I saw was nothing but preparations. Just from driving a lot that day, we arrived at the location that Ali had told us about, and here was the second surprise. We did not find our tent, although I was sure I put it in the car. The strange thing is that a few meters away there was a tent and next to it was a well. The weather at night was cold and we certainly would not stay in the car the entire trip. Ali advised us to go to that tent and discover it, as it might be in good condition. We did not see anyone in the place, so it might be the owner of the tent had left it and will return in the coming days. So there is no problem with using it for just one day. We had no other choice, so we went to that tent. The tent was very tidy, as if its owner had only been there for a few hours. We decided to stay here tonight, and the evening of the next day we will return to our homes. We sat down to eat and started talking about the jinn, Ali and I. Muhammad was feeling very afraid while Ali and I were talking and laughing. Suddenly we heard Muhammad's voice shouting, saying, "Look, look over there." Ali and I looked but did not see anything. I said to Muhammad, "What did you see, Muhammad?" Muhammad said, "I saw an old man looking at us and smiling from afar." Then I realized that what I saw while I was driving was not just an illusion. It was real, but I wonder who this man is and what he is doing here in the middle of the desert. In fact, I regretted because I agreed to Ali's proposal and we headed to in the middle of the desert. I couldn't help myself and told Ali and Muhammad about what I saw on the way. Muhammad suggested that we return to city, so I agreed but Ali refused. I will not lie to you. Muhammad and I were afraid because we saw that old man, but Ali did not see anything, so he thought we were just delusional. In the end, we convinced Ali to return to our homes and go to the mainland another day. I went to the car and we surprised the car's battery was dead. If the car would not start, Muhammad told me to call my older brother and ask him to come and pick us up. I agreed, but our phones suddenly disappeared. We searched for them everywhere and did not find them. I felt more afraid. Our only hope was that the owner of this tent would appear. Our biggest problem was the water, which was about to run out, as we are in the middle of the desert and certainly no one will reach this far. I lit a fire and we sat warming ourselves in the tent. Suddenly, I fell asleep. I woke up and it was dark, but I could not find my two friends. I quickly left the tent and found Ali walking towards the tent as if he was in a far-away place. I said to Ali, "What is there? Where is our friend Muhammad?" Ali said, "I slept and when I woke up I found you and did not find Muhammad. I left the tent and found him walking back, following the tracks of the car. He must have felt afraid and decided to return on foot. I tried to follow him, but I was not able to reach him because he was walking quickly and disappeared in the darkness. I asked Ali to go to look for him, but Ali refused. At this moment, I remembered what I saw when Ali's eyes turned wide. We had run out of water, so I decided to go to the well that was located behind the tent. I went to the well and was shocked. Muhammad was slaughtered and thrown into the well. I turned around and saw Ali standing behind me, smiling with his eyes the color of white, and said in a thick voice, "Hello, Faisal. Your friend Muhammad was our spoil for this year. I promise you that you will be the spoil for next year." Immediately I started running away from the tent. It was down time, and so I decided not to stop running. I followed the right direction. I was an expert in the stairs because my brother, he used to take me to the beach when I was young. While I was running, there was a small hill to my right. At the top of the hill there was a small house. I saw this old man looking at me, smiling and pointing to me with his hand as if he was saying goodbye to me. I did not notice that there was a large rock in front of me, so I collided with it. I woke up and found myself inside the hospital in Riyadh. Next to me was my big brother. I immediately said to my brother, "How did you find me?" My brother said to me, "Don't you remember? You sent me a message telling me that your car had broken down and that your friends had returned in their cars, and you asked me to come immediately. I went to you and found you in a tent fainting from lack of water, so I brought you here. I returned home after that and found a paper on the desk saying, 'Thank God you are fine. Faisal, don't forget next year's trip. We will wait for you.'" Today's story has ended. I hope you have been terrified. Don't forget to pray for the Prophet Muhammad. May God bless him and grant him peace. Subscribe to the channel, like the video and share your opinions in the comments. Peace, mercy, and blessings of God be upon you.